welcome to Veterans Medals Workshop. I'm your host, Frank Foster, and today we've got a very special show. We're going to take a look at a brand new book just out on the medals and ribbons of the United States Navy. It covers from the very beginning right up to today. Just a little background first. Jim Thompson came out with the first book about 25 years ago on the decorations, medals, and insignia of the United States Navy. And it was a great job, and it covered everything from the beginning of the Navy all the way up to, well, Desert Storm. But today it's now been replaced by this brand new book, Medals and Ribbons of the United States Navy, which covers, well, from the beginning of the Navy up to today. And it's in all color. And I'm going to show you this beautiful new book. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll be a high-speed review, sort of like, how do they say in the Navy, make flank speed? Well, in that case, let's make flank speed.
The United States Navy has a pyramid of honor to recognize valor, meritorious service, and achievement. And these awards are part of the Navy's tradition and are proudly worn by sailors. How to tell the history and the meaning of every sailor's military awards is the purpose of this new book.
What I'd like to do now is take you through the book. It comes in both hardcover and softcover, which makes it really nice. And what I've done is I've taken a copy of the book and put it on a spiral binding. And it starts off, of course, with an index with the beginning of military awards and takes you all the way through abbreviations of Navy awards. So it begins with a brief history and including even the original dies from John Paul Jones's medal, which is in Annapolis at the Naval Academy. And it goes through the early history and awards that naval officers and, well, only officers received awards back then, and up through the Mexican War into the Civil War when the first medals were authorized, although it was, they were backdated. Then it takes you through the Spanish-American War, talks a little bit about military societies that were created after the Civil War to compensate because no medals were being issued them. The Philippines, China, Central America, World War I. Takes a little look at the uniforms of the Navy at that time, which is kind of cool. Some commemorative medals. It takes a look in detail here in a summary of the medals of World War II. And it takes a look at the uniforms, which you may be surprised is now looks like the new white uniform for Navy enlisted personnel. And then it gets into the medals of World War II. Tells you how to read the discharges. It tells you the medals of the Korean War, the Vietnam War, including some of the Vietnamese here, and on through Desert Storm, the NATO medals, the global war on terrorism, the liberation of Afghanistan and Iraq, and then it goes and talks about the variation of military medals. It's got an incredible section here that shows you all of the ribbons that the Navy has issued since the Civil War, and all the way down to, well, some they don't issue anymore, like, well, these on Navy marksmanship, or for big guns. And then, of course, for today, it tells you the difference between medals, ribbon-only awards, and unit awards, and all of the different attachments. And what's really nice is it gives you this incredible reference chart. So you can take any group of ribbons and take a look. For example, let's take a look here, and it shows you right away, here's the ribbon, Iraq campaign, and it shows you the whatever is authorized as an attachment to go on it. So you can look at every ribbon and figure out what the attachments are. And if you want more detail, hold your hat, it's coming. So it goes through, it tells you all the different multi-service awards that the Navy can wear and which ones they cannot wear. It tells you the United Nations ribbons that there are to look at all of the attachments. And then it goes into detail and shows every attachment listed in the United States Navy since World War I. Actually, it goes back a little further. Then it tells you about the placement of the letter V for valor, the gold and silver stars, mobilization devices, all of the other attachments like oak leaf clusters. Then it gets into 7 bells, you know what time it is. Then it tells you how they go on all the different uniforms with the exact measurements, for example, and how many ribbons or how many medals can be worn in what configuration. incredible. It's nowhere else in the world, this sort of thing. It gives you a little summary here at the end. It then takes you in how to determine a Navy veteran's military medals, tells you where you can apply for replacement medals or original ones, shows you how to read the DD-214 discharge certificate, and has examples for World War II and for, well, Vietnam, for example, and how to read those. And it tells you a little bit, too, about Southwest Asia, Bosnia, Kosovo, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Then what's really neat is it shows you how not to display medals where this Admiral's Awards were botched. And it shows you great examples for World War II veterans, exactly what goes into a display case, how it would look. Same thing for Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Afghanistan, Iraq, and the War on Terror, and Cold War also. And surprise of surprise, it even shows United States Merchant Marine ribbons and medals. I don't think you'll find that anywhere else. Give a little section here on the wear of medals and insignia by retired personnel. And then it goes to the early United States military medals, starting back even before the Civil War, and covers all of the early Navy medals, the West Indies Navy campaign, the Philippine campaign, the Mexican Service Medal, even the NC-4 medal for the Navy is a copy of the NC-4 in case you're curious, and all of the attachments that go on a World War I ribbon. And then it starts with the current pyramid of honor, and it shows you, well, it starts with an overview of a big chart, talks about all the different Medal of Honors that the Navy has had. For example, the one that starts 1861 to 1882, then the next one with the ribbon change, then this one, then the Navy Medal of Honor, better known as the Tiffany Cross. It was from 1917 to 1942, and then back to the traditional Navy Medal of Honor, and it has some nice examples. Then it wants Navy decorations, and it has examples of recipients. It tells you the criteria, the attachments. It shows you the miniatures. It shows you the back of it, and it shows you all the different versions of a particular medal and someone receiving it. Pretty cool, especially when you get over the Legion of Merit, and it tells you the other Legion of Merits that are awarded to foreign dignitaries. Then there's the Air Medal, and with that Bronze Star is Jack Kennedy receiving his Navy and Marine Corps Medal. And it's got a great story on the manufacture of those in World War II and how they were issued all the way up through Vietnam. And Meritorious Service Medal, and each one has examples of the award, and in many cases, examples of how they would be displayed. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. Let's go directly to the early Navy Good Conduct Medals, of course, with the USS Constitution on the center of it. The current one, examples of how you would wear it. So, you can see that miniatures are shown, as well as full-size medals. And so if you're trying to figure out what a medal is, well, there it is. Beautiful example, and it shows you the attachments that goes on it, and then it shows you pictures of them on the Navy uniform. And, of course, earlier versions. I'm going to jump ahead. It's got some cool stuff here on all of the World War II campaigns. It goes into detail. I'm just going to including all of the campaigns through the Victory Medal, and then I'm going to really start hopping up, going ahead, the National Defense Service Medal, the Korean Service Medal, and examples of Navy recipients and how they've displayed those medals in their homes. And you get, well, the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal and its counterpart really needs to be explained, and so we do that in some detail. Then we get into the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, then your Vietnam Service Medal and all the variations of it, on through Southwest Asia Service Medal, Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq, Inherent Resolve, the very latest medal, the Global War on Terror, the Korean Defense, Humanitarian Service Medals. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit and get over here to the, Armed Forces Reserve Medal. So it shows you all the variations and all the different backs for them besides the Navy one. And then how you would put the attachments on there and the flexibility that the Navy has and showing attachments. Then it has, nowhere else we ever find this, a detailed breakout of foreign decorations and medals that have been awarded to members of the United States Navy, going back from Vietnam to the Philippines, all of the United Nations medals that are authorized. And for example, here's examples of, you find an old medal, and by golly, here it is, the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal, all of its variations, its criteria. Same thing for the Saudi Arabian Medal for the Liberation of Kuwait, all the way through the Republic of Korea War Service Medal. And then you get into the Navy Expert Rifle and Pistol. And of course, we go back and show a little bit of a very early one so you can see where it evolved from. And it's really cool stuff. We talk a little bit about, commemorative and society medals and what some of those commemorative medals are. And then you ended up with, a biography and abbreviations for awards. That's a great book, and I hope I've covered it for you quick enough. All right. Oh, thank you for joining us today for our show on Medals and Ribbons of the United States Navy. We enjoyed bringing it to you, so please give us a like, or even better, subscribe. And you'll find the book for yourself on Amazon or on Medals of America or Medals of America Press. So until next time, thanks for joining us today.